Okay, so today we're going to talk about hydration and the fact that hydration is not just about water. What are we going to cover? Hydration, your hormones. Is water alone enough? We'll talk about smart ways to hydrate and also tips and tricks for better hydration. So, pop quiz here. What do you think fatigue, brain fog, joint pain, hot flashes, and weight gain all have in common, other than being common symptoms of perimenopause and menopause? It would be that dehydration makes these symptoms even more prevalent. Hydration is really your midlife power tool. Our estrogen is fluctuating, dropping, and that changes the fluid balance within our body. So sodium can be off, vasopressin, which is a hormone that controls water retention, can be off, and your hydration in other areas, your skin can be affected. Dehydration can also impact the cortisol levels within your body. If you're dehydrated, that's another stressor on the body, which can then amp up those cortisol levels. It may affect your production of melatonin, and it can also add to the sluggishness of your thyroid function, which for some at this stage in the game is already an issue. Hormones can also affect your kidneys and your liver function. These are the things that help with detox, right? So we know that by being dehydrated can impact these organs. When you are hydrated, you will have more energy, you'll have more clarity, you can sleep better. It will for sure reduce cravings. It supports your joints. It improves skin elasticity. And as I mentioned earlier, it helps your body detox hormones naturally. Electrolytes are often referred to within the scope of hydration, and these are basically minerals, your sodium, potassium, magnesium, and calcium. And these minerals are essential for your body so that they can move fluid into your cells, supports nerve and muscle function, keeps your heart beating in rhythm, and also helps you maintain hormonal balance, blood pressure, and even energy production. So, what does the ratio or the ideal amount of these minerals per serving? What does that look like? So, I'm going to jump down to the bottom first. For the average person, you're looking for a 2-to-1 ratio of sodium to potassium. For athletes or people that might be experiencing hot flashes, you may want more of a substantial ratio and go with a 3-to-1 sodium to potassium. The examples are listed below. In general, per serving, you're looking for 500 to 1,000 grams of sodium, 2 to 400 milligrams of potassium, 75 to 150 milligrams of magnesium. Try to keep your sugar low and check your labels, just looking for things like artificial sweeteners, other than stevia. That is probably okay for you unless you don't like the taste, but look for things that you don't know what they are. One of those could be maltodextrin, and that is known to cause some digestion issues. So, especially if you're an athlete and you're out there doing long distance events and you're hydrating, you might want to avoid things that have maltodextrin in them. And unfortunately, maltodextrin can also be considered a natural flavor. So you want to do your research and see exactly what's in there. So use good old Google or ChatGPT to investigate the ingredients of the products that you enjoy using. So here are some popular electrolytes. Element is a very popular one, and I was surprised to see how much sodium is in that. So you might want to incorporate that if you're doing like long distance events. Otherwise, you may want to look into some of the other ones below. And again, I know Liquid IV has come out with a zero sugar drip drop as well. but just look at the ingredients and make sure that you are knowing what you're putting in your body. What are some natural sources of these minerals? So, as far as sodium is concerned, sea salt or Himalayan salt on your food. You can add a pinch of your water, just a pinch. You can get sodium from bone broth, fermented foods like pickle, sauerkraut. Just watch for the additives. Sodium supports fluid balance, energy, and blood pressure. You may want to incorporate it when you're on a low carb diet or having a lot of hot flashes or for adrenal support. Potassium you can get from avocados, sweet potatoes, bananas, spinach, or beet greens, the actual greens, not the beet itself, and unsweetened coconut water. Potassium balances sodium, supports your heart, nerves, and muscle function. How about magnesium? Natural sources, pumpkin seeds, dark leafy greens, salmon, mackerel, dark chocolate, Epsom salt baths. Anytime that you can get a mineral absorbed through the skin, that's going to be super effective. I like this topical spray or gel called EMT. Or magnesium, this is great for cramping. But again, the reason behind magnesium, it helps with cramping, supports your sleep, mood, and your nervous system. So, when should you supplement? If you're sweating a lot, if you're on a low carb diet or you're fasting, you may have leg cramps, headaches, or that wired and tired feeling. You're waking up dizzy or struggle with mid afternoon fatigue. You get nauseous when you drink plain water. You're drinking lots of caffeine or alcohol, or if you're under a lot of stress. What are some signs of dehydration? Fatigue, cravings, especially sugar, headaches, dizziness, dry skin, constipation, mood swings, irritability, and a sluggish metabolism. So, how much water do you need? You want to try to drink at least at a bare minimum 64 ounces of water a day. So, that would be 4 water bottles. And also aim to build towards half your body weight in ounces. I mentioned this before, but you also may have difficulty going from drinking those 4 water bottles to 100 ounces. So, a gradual increase, your body will tend to absorb the water that you give it. So, if you notice that you're really going to the bathroom a lot after increasing from 64 ounces to 100 ounces, you may just want to step that gradual increase up so that you aren't spending a lot of time in the bathroom. What are some electrolytes and hydration hacks? Adding a pinch of sea salt and lemon to your water, buying those clean electrolyte supplements, coconut water, as I mentioned before. And you can also eat your water through things like cucumbers, melon, berries, celeries, greens, things, foods that have a lot of water in them or comprised of a lot of water. So, when you would want to supplement as well is again, if you're exercising when it's super hot outside, when you're exercising, you want to add more. So, for every hour of exercise, you want to add anywhere from 15 to 20 extra ounces per hour of exercise. Again, if you're drinking alcohol or if you're having more than 2 cups of coffee, you're going to want to supplement with electrolytes or at least more water. Tips and tricks: drink through a straw, have 16 to 20 ounces first thing in the morning. As soon as you get up, start your day with water. You dehydrated after a long night of sleep. Set reminders on your phone and pay attention to them. Experiment with different water bottles in the top left here. Find one that you like and carry it with you wherever you go. You can try the hint water. Again, just be cautious that they do have natural flavors in there. So, what are those natural flavors? Not exactly sure, especially when there's 0 calories and sweeteners. So, just do your due diligence on that. You can flavor your own water with mint, cucumbers, ginger, strawberries, raspberries, watermelon. anything that you like to add flavor to your water, you can do it naturally. Or you can get these water bottles that have a timestamp on them off of Amazon. They're cute and will remind you how much to drink throughout the day. So, just to recap, hydration isn't just about drinking more water, but it's about making it easier, tastier, and more consistent. You may need to add electrolytes into the mix. Your hormones, your brain, your skin, and your energy will thank you. So, as far as action steps are concerned, how can you improve your water intake this week or your hydration this week? Can you just add one extra water bottle? Can you flavor your water? Can you start your day by getting the 16 to 20 ounces in first thing? How can you improve your hydration a little bit at a time? That's your challenge. Thank you for joining me.